Let's have a conversation, shall we? We shall. As an introvert, selling for us often starts with belief, not pressure. Selling is not the problem. It's the beliefs that we carry that are. And I'm not saying this because I read it somewhere. I'm saying this because I lived it. Like my biggest aha moments was the beliefs that were keeping me from getting the results. And where is this important for you as you're doing your entrepreneur journey, however you're doing it, whether it's part-time, whether it's full-time, whether it's a passion project, however you're doing, stirring your pot, you're going to have to sell. And if you've not done it before, it's going to catch you off guard because you're going to be using some excuses, and really it's going to come down to belief. So what I want to do is I want to walk you through some of the beliefs that you want to focus on, not focus on the negative, focus on the ones that actually work. Because if you believe that selling is convincing, chasing, proving, it will always feel exhausting. Always. And you know energy matters to us. Now, if you believe that selling means support to someone who already wants change, when you believe that, everything shifts. Everything shifts. Let's reset the narrative. Most introverts don't struggle because of lack of skill. Now, there are some skills that you want to hone and improve on, but I lay out to you that you have been selling even when you weren't selling, because it's just something we do on a daily basis. If you have children, you sell. If you have a husband, you sell. If you work in an environment where you have coworkers, you're selling. Most introverts don't struggle with selling for their business because they lack a skill. Most of the time we struggle because we care. We care about integrity. We care about clarity. We care about not wasting anybody's time or energy. And when we capture our beliefs, the selling will feel honest. And when fear leads, selling gets heavy, heavy. So let's look at some beliefs that will help you be able to shift so you focus on it. Yeah, you're not the best at it, but you have done it. You have some skill in it. Now we're honing those skills. And how are we honing those skills? We're looking at your beliefs to do it. All right. So take out a pen and paper. See which one of these lands with you because you're like, crapola. I almost said something else. But crapola, I've been looking at this one wrong. Let me shift that. And you know what? The only person that can shift that is you. The first one, my job is not to convince anyone. It is to clearly explain what my offer does to help them decide for themselves. It is super heavy when you try to persuade someone. It's uh, uh, like all that energy. When I try to persuade people, like I can feel it in my body when I have those little slip ups and I'm trying to persuade somebody. But it gets lighter when we simply explain who it helps, what it supports, what it changes. Because that clarity creates choice, and choice builds trust. Belief number two, the people I am meant to serve already want change, and my offer simply supports what they are already moving towards. Selling is not creating desire. Let me say that again. Selling is not creating desire. You can't make somebody want something that doesn't want it. But what it is, it's recognizing desire that already exists. People want more clarity. They want more peace. They want better systems. They want less friction. They don't necessarily want another app, but they want to feel like they're more in control of their time. They want to have dreams. You're not responsible for making somebody want to change. You are responsible for explaining that support is here when they're ready. Belief number 3, I can talk about my offer calmly and honestly, without pressure, without hype, or trying to be somebody I'm not. Oh my gosh. As an introvert, growing up in the space where it was a lot of noise, I navigated I navigated towards what they call those charismatic and give me the script and all of that. But it wasn't me. I call that my jazz hands. It wasn't me. Selling doesn't require urgency. No, there are times when offers are limited. And yes, there's an urgency, but it's not an urgency of an energy. It doesn't require volume. It doesn't require me to be somebody that I'm not. It doesn't require you to be somebody that you're not. You can sell through writing. You can sell through stories. You can sell through your steady presence. Calm confidence is still confidence. Number 4, I do not need everyone to buy. I only need the people who are actually a fit for how I work and what I offer. Let that sink in. Trying to speak to everybody. When you speak to everybody, you speak to nobody. Speaking to your people creates steadiness. Who are your people? There are people who can benefit from what you have been through. There are people who are naturally drawn to you. The right buyers aren't persuaded. They recognize themselves in what you share. Belief number 5. Get ready. It's going to sound harsh and you've heard it before, but I want to say it differently. A no is not a rejection. It usually means the timing or the capacity is not right now. Somebody can value what you do. They can value what your work, and they can still wait. Timing matters, their capacity matters. Life be lifing, and you don't separate things, but life matters. So not now. It's not a verdict. Don't treat it like a verdict. Don't take it on as something that it's not. It doesn't have anything to do with you, really. It's a season. It's a season. Belief number 6. People make decisions at different speeds. There's different personality types, and there's different thought processes. And as an introvert, you will be attractive to extroverts depending on what your offer is, depending on what their need is. So people make decisions at different speeds. I do not need to rush the process for it to be valid. Some people trust momentum, and that's how they operate. Some people trust reflection, and that's how they operate. Some people trust all the in between, and that's how they operate. Both are normal. All are normal. All are valid. Your job is not to rush. Your job is to stay clear and stay available. That doesn't mean you give out sample after sample after sample. However, you're available for when they're ready to take their next step. And you lay it out there and you step back. Belief number 7. People do not need to know every detail up front. They need to understand what would become easier or better if they say yes. This is one that okay, so I started out in being a wellness consultant, and I leveraged a product, and there was scientific information behind the product. I felt like I needed certifications, which I got. Then I felt like I needed to explain all the things. Like when I say all the things, I'm going to geek you out for a minute. Terpenes, monoterpenes, okay? I thought I needed to share with them all of that, that it has this ingredient and that ingredient and all that. They didn't need that. They didn't care about that. They don't care. We often over explain because we want to be thorough. And I get that. I absolutely get that. Because I felt like they needed to know. Like I knew they needed to know. But they don't buy my information. They don't buy that it was cooked at this degrees to get this and, held here and from the depths of Antarctica. They don't care about that. They want relief. They want hope. They want what becomes easier, what becomes lighter, what is improved. This is what helps them to make the decision. We're entering a discussion that they're already having in their head about how they can solve their problem. And when we do that, they're not sitting around thinking about, well, let me do all the research to figure it. No, they want help. So you don't have to explain it all. The next one, the right people care more about clarity and support than perfect words or polished graphics. Okay, raise your hand. I can't see you, but I can see you because I know we're out there. This is where a lot of introverts get stuck, waiting to be polished, waiting to be ready, waiting to be certain. This the best of the best of the best of the best. People are not looking for that. They're looking to know that you see them, you understand them. Progress builds trust faster than polish ever will. Say that fast a couple of times. People want to be part of the journey. They want to go along with you. They're not looking for perfect. The biggest shift I made in my business was when I started doing things and not having to be perfect. The value was there, but I didn't try to make it perfect. The next one. Repeating my offer is not being pushy, it's staying visible while people deal with real life and real timing. I talked about this a little bit ago. Life be lifing. Most people don't say no because they don't like the offer. They say no because life is full. Like, I can't possibly put one more thing on my plate. Repeating it is not pressure, it's presence. It's like saying, I'm going to be here when you're ready. Stephanie, you still there? Absolutely, I'm still here. The next one. Selling gets easier when I stay consistent and trust the value of what I am offering. The first person you got to sell on your business is you. That's the first person you need to sell. Do you believe in what you're offering? Do you believe it makes a difference? Stay consistent with that. Don't be going, well, I don't, yeah. No, 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 no. The belief you want to hold is that it's easier when I stay consistent and I trust the value of what I'm offering. Confidence is built through repetition. Often courage comes before confidence. That's putting it out there when it's not quite polished. Every explanation gets easier and clearer. Every experience builds an opportunity for you to appear and build familiarity. So it gets easier when your belief stays stronger than your fear. Okay, I've shared beliefs with you, and these are ones you want to adopt. Go back, listen to this again. Pull out the one you're like, bam, that's that. Aha, that's my daggone thing. Like that is it right now. Like, Stephanie, you are talking to me. That's the belief that I need to adopt right there because I got some little gremlins and they've been showing up and they've been taking me out of the game. Okay, no more. And it doesn't matter if you're building your income while you're working your full-time job or while you're working a passion project, or however you decide to stir that pot. You're not behind because you sell thoughtfully. You're not wrong because you're looking at selling in a calm manner from how you work, how you operate. You don't need to be louder to succeed. It's a whole bunch of quiet people making a bunch of money. You can do this using your personality, your pace, and your strengths. You can do this. You can do this. So you've listened to this, and you know what? If you want support selling in a way that feels steady, grounded, and aligned with how you're wired, that is what we practice in my community. You don't have to sell alone. You don't have to rush. You don't have to change the way you are. You're just looking for the right environment. So I encourage you to take a look, take the trial, see if it works for you. Not only are you learning how to sell, but you're learning how to be who you are, to be that leader that's purpose driven, that's really about making a difference. And if I go back to what I said at the beginning, typically things for us when it comes to selling, if you think it's convincing and chasing and proving, you're going to be worn out. But if you believe it's selling and explaining that support to someone who already wants to change, then everything will shift. Let me know your thoughts. Take care. Peace.